So today, I'm just going to take you through how to map your API responses back when you're setting up a new folder. So what that means is when you post out to a client's API, you'll get a response back from them. Hopefully it'll be a 200 or something that details that it's successful, and then we can map that back so we can update your leads and say that they've been accepted by your client, or vice versa. If you get a bad response, you can map them back as client rejected. So to start off, we're going to have a look at our folder. I've got a test URL, but this will be your URL that you're posting to from your API to the client's API. Sorry. So if we just go through here, we've then got our mappings for our fields. So in this campaign, we've got a phone one and agenda field, and we've got our API responses, which we don't actually have any of yet. If we've already set this up in the past and we have if we've already posted to this API before in a different campaign, we save those responses so we can just copy them over for ease of use to save you having to set it up every time. But say this is the first time you're posting out, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go and test this folder. So in here, we'll fill out our test information. So some random number in there for you. And we'll just click the test button, which is going to post this information to that delivery URL we just seen. So when we do this, we can view the request. We can see that that has gone through there. What we can then do, we've got a unmapped 200 response. So if we map this response here, we can see what's in the response body and our status code. If no matter what comes back, we want a 200, we want to map that as a success, we can do that, but that's not something we would usually do. We'd usually look for what's within the response body, because if you fire a lead to a client API and it successfully gets to them, but then they reject that, if you just map the status code, you're going to have that mapped as a accepted lead when actually it's been rejected. So what we want to do is look for what's in the response body. In this case, we've got success true, but that could be success false, and then we'd map that to a rejected lead. So if we see this here, we can enter in the response name here. So we can go success. Response body contains this, because we do also have the status code equals if we wanted to go to 200, and a whole bunch of different ones here we can use. But what we're going to do today is use the response body contains. We've got the success equals true. I'm going to change this lead status to accepted and set the forwarding status to success, and then map that response. What we can see now is if we test this again, we can see a mapped response of success. So we can confirm that that's been tested. If we go into our API responses on here now, we can see that we've got our success with the response body contains success equals true. It's going to update our lead status to accepted and our forwarding status to success. And it's as easy as that, really. If you want to add any more responses, you can do here. If you do a failure, we could go, like I say, you can go through and match each one of your response codes. We've already got them in here for you. If you wanted to go ahead and do that, you can. But what we can do to make it a little bit more dynamic is set this to response body contains. And if we had what we had before, which was the success equals true, just grab that 1 second, and say that that came through as success false, we can map that in there, set that to success. It's still successfully forwarded, but what we can do actually is go to rejected here and set the lead status to client rejected. So that's going to say that it was rejected on forwarding and that the lead status was rejected. We can add that response. So now we've got two possible responses for our leads coming back. And it's as simple as that. You can get more creative with it, and you can expand on this massively. But the long and short of it is mapping your successful leads and your failed leads, well, rejected leads. Thanks.